for that. Welcome back again. Actually, I felt like for this 10 minutes I was like an invigilator. Like every students were writing the exams and I was like inspecting them whether they are copying or not. But it's good. So now we guys have the theme, Deepavali, and the main character yourself, and an expression, a thing you wanted to do or did, right? There is one thing about script writing. There is a rule in script writing. What they say is, enter late, exit early. That means you have wrote a particular scene. I think there are a lot of people wrote like a full page. So it's actually a timeline. So there is a morning to the evening segment timeline. But if you do this for the hook, we need just the middle of the portion. So you need to hook your statement. For example, what I like to say, I can say, if I was writing it, I will say like I woke up to the sound of the cooker's whistle and the aroma of mutton. I stretched my body, relaxing myself. It's a timeline. But what if I need to engage the audience? It's been 3 years I relaxed in the bird. So it shows there's a past 3 years that I didn't relax. So there's a hook that makes the readers engage what happened those 3 years the bird. So we need to get a hook in your statement. Like if anyone like to give your script. Anyone? For this itself I will be okay. Let's find out this book. Before that, let's go to the table topic segment. So I like to welcome Toastmaster Nandhini as table topic master.
So for table topics, I'll give one topic and have to talk for 2 to 3 minutes. For first speaker, what's one fear you want to burn away in this life?
What is?
One fear
I
you
want
want
to
to burn away in this life.
One fear I have to burn this Diwali is pleasing people. Recently I'm reading a book, Please Yourself. It's more about pleasing yourself is more important than pleasing people around you. If you are having very good opinion or any opinion on something, you stand for that. Whether it is right or wrong, you stand for that. If you are making anything wrong, we can correct it later. Instead of pleasing others. Because if we please others, we are losing our confidence, our life, our opinion, everything. So pleasing yourself is much important than pleasing others. Eventually, you will develop your confidence and your life will improve. Over to TTM.
Describe a moment where a simple word light up your whole day.
Describe a moment where a simple word light up your whole day. Simple. One word or
One word.
One word. Okay. Usually, the word which will light up my whole day, whether I am personally low, emotionally down, or whatever it is, if my client calls and tells me, "Ma'am, fees credited, ma'am," that's all. I will forget everything and it can light up my whole day. Even if it is a bad day, when your bank balance is full and you need not worry about any other commitment, that day will be really good. And other words, this is actually a good question. Thank you.
Mahesh? Share a Diwali memory that still makes you smile.
Every Diwali I could not celebrate buying a car shares and not wasting the money on the app. So I used to only buy a two Vijay packets of 50 pieces and the 100 pieces enough for me. And I used to not take a agarbatti and put not like that. And take one Vijay in my hand and another one in my
Throwing.
just fire and throwing. Fire and
Towards
throwing.
me.
Oh.
Yeah, this Diwali I thrown once and I didn't see
Then
that.
you calling me Varshini.
I throw it on dress and I say, Varshini, move on. She was like, Diwali is also most memorable and happiest day. Thank you.
Varshini? What's one old habit you are ready to clean out, like a Diwali preparation? Sleeping more time. That is the more bad habit, according to my mummy, not for me. I like to sleep for 12 hours also. I sleep without any thinking, dreams, whatever it may be. My mummy started mixing everything in my kitchen. I never bother about it. I am sleeping peacefully at my bedroom. That is the habit for only for my mummy, not for me. If I move to mother-in-law home, I started my all atrocities. Thank you. If you could rewrite one chapter of your life, what one would you add more spark to?
Please come again.
One part of your life. If you could rewrite one chapter of your story, which one would you add more sparkle to? What's one thing you wish people would express more often? What's the one thing that you wish people would express more often?
Yeah. I have a stage fear and more inferiority complex, but if I'm facing people, if only thing I thought like what they thought, because if I not speaking well, so they thought like that it's not good communication. So if they are laugh in front of me, that is very inferiority complex to me.
Our festival celebrates us.
Actually, we celebrate festivals. If festivals start celebrating us, then as Nandhini said, we'll start praising customs and ceremonies. So festivals are really necessary to distract us from the daily mundane routine. Like Diwali, for instance, it's a joyous occasion, and where I start the day with Atal Maya, and there ends the Diwali celebration for me. So the festivals are essential parts of all our lives, and it is not that festival is going to celebrate us. Why would festivals celebrate? We will only celebrate festivals, and at different degrees of levels. Some festivals will be extraordinary, like Kalaivani and Pongal. The other will be subdued, like say Krishna Jayanti or something. And fortunately for Christians, it's only one festival, Christmas, was celebrated with a band. And that turns out to be an excellent festival. Yes, we should celebrate festivals and enjoy our life as much as possible. Thank you.
Postmaster John. If life were a festival, what would be your role? Host, decorator, storyteller, or guest?
Okay, so if life was a festival, apart from my profession, I would like to be a guest always, because my life runs as the performer itself. Wherever I go, I'm like constantly thinking, what am I doing, how am I doing this, how am I doing Karthikeya, and all of those things. So usually this happens at my home also. If there is a festival at home, there is any any small function that's happening at home, I sit down and rest. I do not go and volunteer at all. Sometimes people will also come and ask me saying, do you want to engage them until something else happens? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that now. And they take it, some people take it offensively also. This happened once when in Chennai, my neighbor and his son's birthday, and something, I think the cake was delayed or something like that, and he suddenly came and asked, John, can you do something for like 3 minutes? That's the introvert in me also, because I cannot do something like that. This is like asking little children to go and stand in front of the uncles and aunties and say, party, something like that. I have that feeling when people come and ask me to do those things. And especially when these things happen and I'm not supposed to do anything, I'm not committed to do anything, I want to just sit there, relax and watch people work, the kind of work that I do on a everyday basis.
Kalaivani. Who in your life has been a guiding light and how?
My guiding light is my mother. She is not a graduate or not even a high school, I think maybe 6 or 7, let's say. But she had a good vision. So right from my childhood, she would take me to the tuitions. She always wanted to ensure to give a good education to me. And though she had not studied well because of maybe she used to say that she could not pick up on English and all, so maybe because of that, and also they had financial struggles in their family, so because of that they would not study. But she had a vision that she ensured that I get a good education. So obviously I was born in Chennai, so they put me in English medium, and they made sure that I have to come up in life. So my father also supported. He is also another guiding light. But my father didn't know where I was studying. Actually, my mother has put so much of efforts in getting admission to schools and everything. But my father, during my primary education, he was not that interested in knowing what is happening with my academics and all. But my mother every day she takes me to the tuition and brings me back, and she was very much supportive. And during the middle school, my father pitched in, and then he got me admitted in state first school. So like in Saraswati Vidyalaya in Vadapalli. So he got admitted me over there because they wanted me to shine in my life. So both of them, though I am the first graduate in my father's side. My mother's side, my cousins were there, but my father's side, I am the first graduate. And today I can proudly say that among all my cousins, I am in a good position, in a good organization. So they are the guiding lights in my life.
How would you design a future Diwali 100 years from now?
Very good, very good.
From 100 years now, basically we will be like astronauts in the Earth itself, like putting an oxygen bag and having a mask and a robe. So I think in that time cracking a cracker is a crime, and I will design like that only. Other than that, I will look into the most origin, like real basic thing why we celebrate Diwali. What's the actual thing we need to do in Diwali? For example, in my childhood, to my opposite, my neighbor, where there were 3 triplets akkas, like they lighten the lamps in their whole house, and they sit in the balcony with a candle. Their job is to light the lanterns whenever it off. So that's their basic work for the whole Diwali. So that basic things are that we can call, now it's like a branding thing, it's a vintage thing. If we do the basic things, it's called now vintage thing. So I will go and brand the Diwali like a vintage thing, what we do. Like in the past we will use to make the sweets and muruk in our house. The whole family will in the process. But nowadays we were like that 50 rupees packet, buy due to the neighbor. Actually, it's not about the product, it's about the process and how we connect with the family. So after 100 years, I will design in the vintage way, which is actually the basic way of Diwali. So actually came to the last segment. Before that, I actually read this story, so it was very good and well written. If I take and I rewrote this thing, I will go in the reverse order. So the actual story is, our lead role. She relaxed with a coffee on a terrace, looking at the firecrackers on colorful firecrackers cracking in the sky. It has been 5 years for her that she lit a cracker. Before 9th standard, she have cracked crackers, but after that, she somehow get a thought process of how this crackers and how everything was manufactured, which are involved the labor and everything. So there is some more details need to be added, but this is the basic story. So I will start the story in that way, like it is the reverse order of the story. So like that, I actually, before going to the evaluation segment, I like everyone to give you papers. Before you give your paper, I need you to write your name and your number. I will contact you this upcoming week to rearrange all the stories, and let's try one thing with that. Yeah. let's call our critic or the reviewer, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Kalaivani.
The meeting started with a dull moment today, maybe because of the low strength, but it gained momentum after Toastmaster John's speech and then the story narration and with the table topics, done with the table topics. So the meeting started on time and the transitions were smooth, and though the energy was low at the beginning, it gained the momentum. And the Sergeant at Arms ensured the setup was professional and the opening remarks were inspiring. The TMOD kept the energy up and the meeting flowing. There was an inclusive atmosphere. Guests were welcomed and members were supportive. Overall, it was a well-organized meeting. Each player contributed a successful session. With that, I would call Toastmaster Magesh for the speaking. I would request speech evaluator Toastmaster Magesh.
First, many congratulations for my target speaker, Toastmaster Nandhini. You have done a very good research of what happiness means. Your speech contained many thought-provoking quotes also. The one I liked the most was, "Don't chase, find meaning in the lives we are living." You gave good suggestions also. Find a good relationship. Happiness is not a destination, it is a journey. All those things are really thought-provoking, and you have framed it very well. There are some suggestions which could improve your speech. The first one is, you said, "When I was cooking, I got a realization what actually happiness means." You realized in that moment what happiness means, but there would have been many moments in which you realized you were unhappy. Those moments only would have helped you to realize at that point of time while you were cooking. If you have given some instances about why you felt unhappy at some point, it would have made the speech more interesting. Second one is, you could have given some tips for being happy. For example, you gave example of Finland is the most happiest country. There are some other countries also which use a certain techniques when they are unhappy, like Japan uses Ikigai. So like that, if you could have given some tips on which people could make themselves happy, there would have been a great takeaway from your speech. And with regard to your speech, your eye contact should have been better. You could have used certain more gestures, and more preparation could have been done before your speech. I think the speech is time disqualified. So when you prepare for a speech, prepare with the proper introduction and limit your body, and conclusion should be of proper timing. If all those could have been included and mistakes could have been avoided, this speech would have been a very good one. So I think you can give this speech one more trial. I want you to repeat this speech again in the next time. Thank you. Over to the general manager.
I would request request Toastmaster Nandhini to provide the inputs on Toastmaster John's speech.
First, I'd like to congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster John, for completing his level 1 project 4. Let me start with positives. He connected the topic well, tokku, especially the nuances like tokku, torukku, labukku, achku, muchku. All this were really connected to the audience, and the story was really connecting the audience because of his nuances. That is the major thing. And his last speech feedback was to be interactive with the audience and to not refer the other Toastmaster speech. I think he made all this two feedbacks. And when it comes to suggestion, his conclusion can be even more bit smoother. I felt like, did he finish his speech? I was maybe because of my anxiety, he's going to say something. So because of my anxiety, I felt that, I think so. But the conclusion can be even more smoother. To put it in nutshell, the story was resonating well. Nuances of the story made the speech. The speech moved to the next level, and the suggestion is the conclusion can be even more smoother. Over to the general evaluator.
I would request timer Toastmaster Magesh to provide the feedback.
As a timer, today is my report. Toastmaster, prepared speech Toastmaster Nandhini, 4 minutes, 1 seconds. Toastmaster John, 7 minutes, 13 seconds. Break is around 10 minutes, 48 seconds. After break, Sam did some story testing. It's around 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Table topics. Toastmaster Nandhini took 1 minute, 10 seconds. Varshini took 40 seconds. Monica took 1 minute 10 seconds. Karthikeya took 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Magesh took 1 minute 21 seconds. Guest Bharat took 39 seconds. Toastmaster John took 1 minute 14 seconds. Toastmaster Kalaivani took 2 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Sam took 1 minute 54 seconds. For evaluation, Monica took 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Nandhini took 1 minute 41 seconds. Over to general evaluator.
I would request Toastmaster Nandhini to provide feedback.
Toastmaster John said 2 times. Toastmaster Samuel said so more than 4 times. Toastmaster Nandhini.S said and more than 4 times. Toastmaster Monica said and 3 times. Toastmaster Kalaivani said more than 3 times. Over to general evaluator.
I would request Toastmaster Karthikeya to provide his reports.
Unfortunately, nobody used the word of the day rendezvous, mainly because.
John?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I did not explain it correctly. The meaning is just simple meeting, but it has got a tinge of secrecy attached to it. Like you always say, I have a rendezvous with my girlfriend in Amity Forest. So that should be the usage. Coming to the usage of good English, first I will talk about wrong usage. Our Toastmaster Sam said butterflies crawling in the stomach. See, there are in English there are idioms and phrases. Idioms are don't convey the exact meaning, but in a very indirect way. Phrases will convey the meaning directly. Like it rained cats and dogs. It it means it rained heavily. That is an idiom. It rained heavily yesterday. Yesterday's rain was heavy. This phrase, you combine two words and then make it a phrase. But idiom is totally different. Like the meaning, you have to deduce the meaning and understand the meaning. It will not tell you the meaning correctly. So there is a book by Phil Collins, and it's very nice to use idioms and phrases in your language, which will make it flamboyant. So butterflies crawling is not right. You just say, I had butterflies in my stomach when I saw Rajinikanth. That is, you are excited beyond certain level. And secondly, again, our Toastmaster Sam said, he said crack crackers. Then he said lid crackers. You don't do both. You only burst crackers. And Toastmaster Nandhini introduced a very new word. It's anxiety. She's anxious and excited. She mixed it and then made a new word called anxiety. Hopefully it gets into Cambridge and Oxford Dictionary. And Toastmaster Nandhini used the word aspire. Aspire means aim to achieve something very feverishly. That is, you put in your efforts to achieve it. And Toastmaster John used about used something pestle, but he just fleetingly mentioned it. But I think many of you would have missed it. This is mortar and pestle. Pestle, but it is pronounced as pestle. Pestle. So this is the one he was talking about, toku and all that. That's a new word for you to know. Thank you.
I would request listener Toastmaster Varshini to test the listening skills of our Toastmasters.
I am going to ask you questions. Anybody knows this? Please raise your hands. What is weakness of Sam during his school days?
What's the weakness of
Watching the
Grammar.
Even now.
What are the 3 movies set by Sam for character development?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right. Sometimes happiness turns into what Nandhini said by Nandhini. Sometimes.
Sad.
Product. Product. According to Nandhini, happiness is what?
Journey.
Yeah. What is John topic? After Toku Toku, grandmother what did? Yeah. Where did grandfather gone? Vadiyar. What kind of advice given by the Velayam Vadiyar?
Relationship advice.
Yeah, right. Relationship. What kind of ear burnt by Nandhini?
Opinion.
Please. Nobody listened.
No, I did.
She doesn't know.
She forget that.
No, I was, I want to keep quiet, right? So that you have to see it.
I think you started thinking. What is the thing Monica's days like? Makes like.
Payment, receipt of payment.
Credited the friend.
Bank balance. For Diwali celebration, how many Bijli packets brought by Magesh.
Two Bijli Bus.
Two
50
numbers
days,
each.
50
Total of
numbers.
100 numbers.
Who is guiding light for Kalaivani?
Her mother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varshini. Now I hand the control back to Toastmaster Opening.
So, it's been a pleasant meeting for myself, and I got 10 stories to work. So, what do you feel? Do you think anything you learned about writing story? So, for example, you can get ideas everywhere. For myself, I got these two major ideas inspiring about writing a story. Like, I finished the Game of Thrones series around in 2021, and I was so obsessed that I want to write a story like Game of Thrones, but I never got an idea. But you know where I got that idea? In 2022, I was going to Chennai for an interview. So I got to the Coimbatore bus stand and I got out of it. I was standing there in a tea shop and watching the road, and I saw a metro bridge there. Sawing the pillar, I got an idea that equal to Game of Thrones. Do you know? Anyone visited that area, Coimbatore? Do you know what was that in that pillars? That was not changeable. It's actually a painting of 5 lands of Tamil. Kurunchi, Mullai, Neidal, Palai, Madurai. So actually the Game of Thrones story is also like kind of this. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to work, I'm going to build. It was done in 2022. But I dropped it. Let me say why I recently dropped that I am not going to do it, and I am going to say the reason, and I am going to redo it after 10 years. Because there is a brother who did a movie like this, and every people hated the movie, Gangua. But don't worry, they were going to praise the movie after 10 years like his brother's movie did. So that time I am going to do this again. I am going to do this story, and I wanted to make everyone the part of it. And even this meeting is going to be part of my story. Like, I am going to contact every single of you, and we are going to work on rewriting the story, and we try to publish this as a short story book. Over to you, presiding officer.
Shall we have a round of applause for the GM Modi? Very impressive GM Modi role that was done today. With like this way forward also, there is vision to this non-persons. That's really nice. Listening to Nandhini's speech, I got reminded of one podcast that I used to listen a long time back. It's called the Happiness Podcast. It's a very, very interesting podcast. It talks about happiness and all of those things. But they do a lot of research, and I thought she had also done a lot of research, had very valid points in the speech. Because all of these, like, taking data from somewhere and adding value to that particular speech is something that's a skill by itself. With that, I would like to quickly remind you of the NOVA that's happening in November. I've been watching all of the area contestants who are all winning, which are division contestants winning. They're all going to be coming there. Most of them are my favorite speakers. I'm looking forward to all of their speeches. Who are the people that won and they are coming there. It's happening in Coimbatore. If you want to register for it, reach out to Toastmaster Nandhini, Toastmaster Monica, and she'll be able to send you the registration sign for the registration link for it. And if we have a group, we can go in a car, get a vehicle, have fun on the way, and yeah, like we always do. Yes. With that, I would like, okay, so the ballot link will be shared in your group. Please go there and vote for your favorite speakers, role players, and all that. And while you are doing that, I would like to ask guest Bharat what he felt about today's meeting. Would you like to come?
Yeah, it's an amazing experience for me. Today I learned many things. Thanks for giving this opportunity to those students. Thank you.
What I liked about today's meeting was a lot of us were making a lot of mistakes and we were comfortable about it. We have this logic in clowning where we say, hey, let's make mistakes. Only when we make mistakes, other people learn. And today, I think we were not like, oh my God, I'm going to make a mistake, but we were fluent here, coming here and making a lot of mistakes and learning from it, which means that this is a very safe space that we're creating for ourselves. And please make use of this space, come here and make mistakes. Please make mistakes and learn from it is what I would suggest. I will also do my voting once. Okay, best role player goes to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sambil. Best evaluator is Toastmaster Monica. Best role player is listener Toastmaster Varshini. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Kalaivani. With that, I call meeting number 233 adjourned. And I request all